Good afternoon, everybody. Once again, welcome back to the New York Tacos franchise as we enter Game 3 of the 2020 MLB season. Today, the Tacos will try to sweep the Washington Nationals and start the year undefeated. It's New York Taco Baseball coming up next. So for Game 3 today, the Tacos will send out the pornographic star Johnny Sins. Standing at 6 foot, he's the oldest player on the team by far at the ripe old age of 41. Sins decided to come to the team after seeing a recruitment flyer in New York City after one of his films, and apparently he was kind enough to donate his spare time to playing with the team. So we'll get started here in Game 3 of the season as the shortstop Trey Turner will lead off, and he takes a first pitch fastball in for a strike. So the Tacos starting their season off on a fantastic note, going 2-0, and really showing some prowess with both the bat and pitching. And we'll see if that continues here into Game 3 of the season. Fastball low, and it's 1-1. Sins with an unusual windup here. To see, he really twists his body to get the most out of every pitch as a curveball misses outside. So back in Bayfront Park today, this day a little bit overcast, but still excellent for baseball, 66 degrees. As Turner swings on a 2-1 fastball, and it's 2-2. Turner always a speed threat, but hasn't really gotten on base too much in this series, as the 2-2 pitch to him is a fastball that runs inside and the count is full. The payoff pitch by Sins. Curveball chopped foul, and it's 3-2. Sins with the most unusual repertoire. One of his most unique pitches is the screwball, aptly named, might I say, as Turner fouls off his sinker there to keep the count at 3-2. The screwball, perhaps his most dominant pitch, as he says he's been perfecting it in his spare time as Turner lines a sharp line drive in between first and second. And the leadoff runner is on here in the top of the first.
Batting second, the center fielder, number 2.
Looked to be a fastball right down the middle, and Turner just gets enough of it to push it right in between Castro at first and Farcash at second. So the speedy Trey Turner on at first, and that'll bring in another speed threat, Adam Eaton. He's on the move. Throw down second. He got him. Miguel Cruz with an absolute bullet of a throw catches the speedy Trey Turner. What a throw by Cruz. That is not easy to throw out Turner. The throw is right on the money. And Garay applies a fantastic tag to get him out. Eaton looks at a fastball. It's 1-1. So a very impressive throw by Cruz. Really takes some pressure off of Sins here, as you can just essentially treat it as a strikeout, as Eaton fouls back another fastball, and it's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch to Eaton. Sinker down low, and it's 2-2. Eaton, like I said, prowess against right-handed pitching, but it's not shown there as he swings through a sinker, strike 3. And that'll be Johnny Sins' first major league strikeout.
Batting third, the second baseman.
So an excellent start here for Sins as he retires the first 2 essentially. As you see, a very nasty sinker gets Eaton fooled badly, as he had no chance of making contact. And that'll bring in Howie Kendrick. Kendrick not batting too poorly here, 286 to start the season. As first pitch to him is a screwball lined sharp to first, and an interesting decision there by Castro to flip to Sins, but they get the out nonetheless. So the Nationals go down essentially 1-2-3 here, as Turner gets caught at second stealing. We'll head to the bottom of the first. So bottom of the first here, and that'll bring the left-handed pitcher, Patrick Corbin. Corbin with a very good year last year, 14-7 and a 3.25 ERA. Usually has excellent control, and by far his best pitch as a nasty slider that really gives left-handed hitters trouble. And we'll see just how well he can pitch here as the switch-hitting center fielder Ian Schwartz will step in.
New York, the center fielder, Ian Schwartz.
Schwartz with 1 hit on the year so far, and it was a single. First pitch is in there for strike 1. So the Nationals not off to the start that they'd hoped, as they've been beaten in the late innings in both games to start the season, and perhaps today they can turn their fortunes around. 0-1 pitch is a nasty slider that bunched up Schwartz, and just like that, he's in an 0-2 hole. 0-2 pitch. Slider line sharp, and that'll get down, perhaps for extra bases. Soto runs and will cut it off at the 330 sign, and Schwartz is in with a leadoff double here to start off the game.
Batting second, the second baseman, Nicholas.
It looked like a hanging slider, and Schwartz aptly deposits it deep into left field as it goes all the way to the wall. So speed threat already at second, and the Tacos are already cooking here again in the early innings as the second baseman Nick Farkash will step up to bat.
1-0.
Looks to be a fastball that was way down and inside, and it's 1-0. Farkash already playing heroics and batting well to start the season here. As you recall, he hit that go-ahead home run back in Game 1. This ball chopped foul, and it's 2-2. So many of the Taco players have a very good start to the season so far, and it shows in their record as they still are undefeated on the season. Farkash lines a base hit to right field. Thames is up with it. Schwartz will hold up at third as that one was hit too hard by Farkash. And now that'll be runners on the corners here to start the game, with still nobody out. Look to be another hanging slider perhaps.
Money.
And this time Farkash puts it the opposite way as the power hitting right fielder Paul Maltese will step in here. Maltese especially deadly against left-handed pitching like Corbin, as a first pitch curve misses down and away. Corbin always has great strikeout stuff, and it's no surprise that he had a top 10 strikeout total last year, and that curveball at 68, 69 miles per hour is a deadly strikeout pitch, as he fires this time a fastball in for strike 1. Schwartz at third base, Farkash at first. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on and chopped foul down the first base line, and it'll be 1-2 now. So Maltese looking to do something here to avoid the strikeout. Big pitch for Corbin. The 1-2 pitch. Grounded to first base. They'll try to go for 2. He's safe at second. It looked like, yes, it will be an error on the first baseman Zimmerman, as his throw takes look to be Trey Turner off of second. As we look at the replay here, oh yes, indeed. Terrible throw by Zimmerman, and Maltese will have, looks like an RBI here, as Schwartz comes across to score the first run of the game. So another bizarre beginning, as Corbin's still in the jam here with runners on first and second and still no one out. First pitch to Castro is a changeup, up and in, but it's a strike. Castro hitting the go-ahead run late in the innings to bring the Tacos ahead. And of course you'll remember last time it was Austin Perrin who hit the 3-run home run to really put the game out of reach, as Castro hits a high fly ball to left field. Soto goes back. He's at the wall. And oh, he missed a home run by inches. And instead it'll be a deep fly out to Soto, as Farkash will indeed tag up.
The third baseman, Austin.
So looking at the lineup here,
Perry.
same starters, nothing new. And we could see where the storylines have been so far, as Nick Farkash batting .500 to start the season. And even though Austin Perrin with the 1.67 batting average, as you see here, he's still a deep power threat as we saw in last game. First pitch to Perrin is a fastball that he swings over and it's 0-1. So Corbin gets a big first out there, as the double play is now in effect with runners on the corners. Might be a slider from Corbin. 0-1 pitch. Slider that just misses outside, and it's 1-1. One pitch. Swung on and beaten into the ground. Cabrera. Oh, and it's another error. This time it's going to be on the second baseman, Howie Kendrick. As he can't come up with the throw from Cabrera. And another run will score, and it's now 2-0 on 2 errors by the Nationals. So some sloppy defensive work here for Washington to start this game off. And now there's runners on first and second with the left fielder Julian Checo up to bat. First pitch looked like a two-seamer in there for strike one. Checo 0 for 2 with an RBI last game, but still batting .400 on the season. As Maltese, big run at second base, takes his lead. The 0-1 pitch.
1-1.
Looks to be a breaking ball down low, and it misses badly, and it's 1-1. 1-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled down the third base line, and it'll get into the stands. As we see the fans reach for it there, and it's 1-2 to Checo. So 2-on-1 out here in the bottom of the first, 1-2 count. The pitch by Corbin. Little cue shot, and it'll be an infield fly, as Cabrera puts the squeeze on it for the second out of the inning.
Batting seventh, the catcher, Miguel Cruz.
So with 2 gone now, the catcher Miguel Cruz will come in to bat. Cruz batting .286 to start the year. Not a terrible start for him either, as he'll look to drive in Maltese from second. First pitch slider that missed outside, and it's 1-0. Pitch is swung on and lined into right field. Thames will come up with it, and it's going to be hit way too hard for Maltese to score, but the bases are now loaded on a nice line drive single to right field by Miguel Cruz. So bases loaded here, and that'll bring in the shortstop, Daniela Garay. Daniela with a few hits to start the season, and none may come in a bigger situation than this, as the first pitch fastball misses high for a ball 1. Maltese at third, Perrin at second, and Cruz at first. 1-0 pitch. Slider inside. And it's 2-0 now. So Corbin in a deep hole here, already down 2-0. Really through no fault of his own. His defense has just not helped him so far. But he needs to execute here, as putting the count to 3-0 would spell doom for him. The 2-0 pitch. Slider that's fouled back weakly, and it'll get into the stands behind home plate for strike 1. 2-1 now to Garay. The next pitch on its way. Fastball in there, strike 2. And Corbin is 1 strike away from getting out of the jam here. He gets his son. He's set. And the 2-2 pitch by Corbin. Swung on, and it's a little bouncer to Trey Turner who will flip it to Kendrick, and they'll get out of the inning. But 2 errors will put the Tacos up 2-0, as we'll head to the top of the second, as Washington will get their turn to bat. So top of the second now, and Johnny Sins already has a 2-run lead to work with, as Juan Soto will come into bat. Soto not doing much this series, only batting 125. First pitch to him looked to be a screwball, or a sinker rather, down low for ball 1. Soto, of course, coming from the DR. As another pitch misses down low, and it's 2-0. Sin's a usually reliable pitcher here. Again, prone to some control issues later as the game goes on. But he finds the pitch there, and it's 2-1 now. 2-1 pitch by Sins. Check swing, but pulled a strike anyway on a good sinker, and it's 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. Grounder up the middle, and that'll get through for a base hit. So again, the leadoff runner gets on base, as Soto hits a sharp ground ball that's just past Sins.
That is it.
And there's a man on with no one out.
Eric Thames.
Well, we hear the phrase all the time, grip it and rip it. And that's exactly what Soto did, as the power-hitting right fielder Eric Thames will step in. Thames already hit a home run in the first game of this season, as he takes a slider for strike 1. The home run that tied the game, as he's been a major contributor to the Nationals so far, but not so here, as an ugly swing on a good screwball will make the count 0-2. So Soto, not known for his speed on first, would be a very easy double play. 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Got him with the screwball. And that'll be the second strikeout of the day for Sins, as Thames is retired,
number
swinging.
Kurt Suzuki.
So 1 away here, and the catcher Kurt Suzuki will step in. Suzuki with the big home run last game, as he takes a fastball high and tight for ball 1.
1-0.
As I said before, Suzuki definitely known for his clutch hitting. Has a clutch factor unlike anybody else really on this roster. As another fastball misses high, it's ball 2. Second on the team with that .250 batting average, which really says spades about the pitching so far from the Tacos, as he chops a fastball down the first base line, foul for strike 1. So Sins is set. 2-1 pitch. Looked to be perhaps a sinker, but it misses, and it's 3-1 now, as Drupal Cabrera would be the next batter. Pitch misses low, and he'll walk Suzuki here, as now there's runners on first and second with only 1 away.
Batting 7, the third baseman, number 13, Drupal Cabrera.
So double play still in effect here, as that'll bring in the third baseman as Drupal Cabrera. Cabrera's kind of been a misfit here to begin. He's had a few errors in these games, as he'll take a sinker down low. Soto on second, Suzuki on first. Neither known for their speed, so it would likely take an extra base hit to perhaps get Soto home from second.
No, that missed. That's the
as
ball.
Another sinker just misses off the outside, and it's 2-0. So Sins having some trouble with his command here, as he'll look to get out of the inning unscathed. He does have a 2-run lead to work with, but he'd like to keep it for as long as possible. 2-0 pitch is a good sinker inside that's chopped foul for strike 1. 2-1 pitch. Chop straight to the pitcher. He'll flip to second. Gray. And
He's in there.
Castro was not covering first. So instead it'll be a fielder's choice.
Batting eighth.
And I'm
The
not
first
really
baseman.
sure what happened there.
Flying.
I would have thought they would have gotten a
Zimmerman.
double play. But instead, either Castro wasn't covering, or Garay just couldn't get the ball cleanly out of her mitt. And either way, it'll be runners on the corners here with 2 out, and Ryan Zimmerman will step up to the plate.
1-0.
First pitch sinker down low for ball 1. So we'll see how that fielding gap affects the Tacos here,
Ball.
as that looks to be a screwball that misses outside. 2-0 pitch. Check
Ball
swing,
high.
but it's high, and it's 3-0. So Sin struggling with his command so far. Almost an even number of balls and strikes, and you never really want to see that with any pitching. Normally you want to see twice as many strikes as balls, but we'll see here on a bounce back
Nope,
pitch,
ball
and it's a
four.
fastball
Take the
down
base.
low. So he walks Zimmerman on 4 straight pitches to load the bases.
Batting ninth. The pitcher, number 46, Patrick.
So
Corbin.
thankfully for Sins, the pitcher Patrick Corbin is up, and he'll have no choice but to swing here, as the bunt is almost entirely out of the picture.
Ha!
First pitch sinker is in there for strike 1. Corbin, of course, a second-round pick back in the 2009 draft, and he's developed really with the Arizona Diamondbacks, as he takes a look at another sinker in
0-2.
there for strike 2. Of course, was traded to Washington a year ago, and has blossomed into another great starting option, as it's 0-2 here. Big pitch.
1-2.
Screwball misses down low, and it's ball 1. So Sins himself trying to get out of a bases loaded jam here, as he shakes off the sign from Cruz, but he's made his mind up. The 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3, fastball high. So a well-located fastball there gets Sins out of a jam, and the Nationals don't have much doing here aside from loading the bases. We'll go to the bottom half of the second. It's the Tacos 2 and the Nationals 0.
Leading off for the
So after
Tacos,
getting out of
The
that bases
pitcher,
loaded jam, Johnny Sins will
Johnny
take his first swings here
Sin.
of the 2020 MLB season. Sins with a very unusual batting stance, to say the least. But it does seem to work for him, but not
Pure
that
ball,
time,
wood
as he
strike.
swings through a fastball for strike 1. Almost reminds you of what he does in his other times when he's not
No
playing
ball, 2
baseball,
strikes.
making those, how we'll say, risque YouTube videos. As it's 0-2 to him. Fouls back a slider, and it's still 0-2. Sins with a lot of power in those arms and hands from doing, well, obvious things. As a
1-2
curveball
to
misses
count.
low. And it's 1-2. Corbin perhaps still trying to get loose here. Trying to put away the first disastrous inning that he's had. And he'll make his 1-2 pitch here. And Sins fouls off a 2-seamer into the stands, and it's still 1-2. Sins looking to drive something, but instead he'll swing over a good 2-seamer, and he'll go down on strikes, and that'll be Corbin's first strikeout of the
The
day.
center fielder, number 1.
Sins
Ian
just way too late on that swing,
Schwartz.
and he'll be sent back to the bench, as Ian Schwartz will already get his second at-bat here.
Ball.
Had a double that really started everything last time up, and he looks at a first pitch slider that misses for ball 1.
Heat. Ha!
Looked to be a good slider that just finds the lower inside part of the zone, and it'll be 1-1. So the Tacos currently lead the division by half a game. And they'll look to start again with a perfect 3-0, as Schwartz fouls that one. It just misses the stands past first base, and it's 1-2. Schwartz looking to stay alive here. The 1-2 pitch. Another foul ball, and we'll do it again at 1-2. Schwartz grounds one to Turner at short. Going to be a tough play. Hurries with the throw. And a little high throw there, but Zimmerman will get with it no problem.
The batter, number
And
2.
Schwartz is retired on the
Second
ground ball.
baseman, Nicholas. Yeah.
So nice defensive play there by Turner, as it's always difficult to throw out the speedy Schwartz on any sort of ground ball play. And that'll bring in Nick Farkash.
Nope, ball.
Fastball high and tight for ball 1. One and 0 pitch.
Oh, yeah.
Fastball high in the zone for
1-1.
1. So a much easier inning here for Corbin. Second time through the lineup. As Farkash puts a charge into this one, high and deep to left field. But Soto will camp under it, and he'll make the catch just shy of the warning track for the final out. So the Tacos go down 1-2-3 here. And we'll head to the top of the third. It's Washington 0 and New York 2.
Leading off for the Nationals, the shortstop, Trey.
So we will head here to the top of the third. As the Nationals will start from the top of their lineup again, it'll be Trey Turner. Turner flies one into foul territory. Maltese is on the move. Diving catch, and it just careens off of Maltese's glove. So a valiant effort there, but he can't come up with it. It'll be a foul ball. Turner reached on a base hit, but got caught at stealing. As this time he launches a deep fly ball to Maltese, who this time will catch it for the first out here in the top of the third. So a bit of redemption there for Maltese after a valiant effort to try to catch that ball.
Adam Eaton.
So Adam Eaton will come to the dish. 0 for 1 with a strikeout so far. First pitch to Eaton is a fastball that runs inside for ball 1.
1-0.
Sins with the windup. The 1-0 pitch. Screwball low. And it'll be 2-0 here. 2-0 pitch on the way. And Eaton sharply hits one, but it'll get foul down the first base line for strike 1. So there's the power of Eaton that he can sometimes show along with his speed. Eaton grounds one to first base, but Connor will get it, and it'll be a 3 unassisted here for the second out of the top of the third inning.
The second baseman, Howie Kendrick.
So Sin's cruising so far here on the top of the third, as a second baseman, Howie Kendrick will step in. First pitch to Kendrick looked to be a sinker that just misses, and it'll be ball 1. Kendrick, as you'll recall, last year, World Series MVP, as he and his Nationals did win the World Series against the Houston Astros. And the big controversy in the offseason was how the Astros might have been cheating, not just for the World Series, but for all of last season. And you have to wonder just, now that they're caught, how their batters will do this season, as Kendrick loops one into shallow right field, and that'll go down for a base hit. So with the Astros again, you have to wonder what we once thought were prolific hitters with Alex Bregman, Carlos Correa, Jose Altuve, George Springer. You have to wonder just how much, help they were getting with the so-called cheating mechanisms, especially the garbage can that was being banged on. And although it'd be a fun game to watch the Tacos play, it's unlikely to happen this season, as Juan Soto will step in here.
Hee-haw!
First pitch screwball, and it's in there for strike one. Oh, 1 pitch on the way. High fly ball out to left field, but Perrin will get under there. Or excuse me, Checo will get under there. And he'll put the squeeze on it for the third out here. So Kendrick gets a single, but nothing more than that as we'll head to the bottom of the third. Still 2-0. So bottom of the third here already.
The right fielder.
And that'll bring in Paul Maltese. He reached on an error in the first, after Zimmerman threw away a pitch to try to get a double play. First pitch by Corbin is a rocket up the middle, and that'll go through for a single. So Maltese first pitch swinging. It's a sharp ground ball in between second and short, and he'll be on first with nobody out.
Connor Castro.
Sounded good off the bat, and sure enough, it was a screamer as Connor Castro will step in. Castro, always a prolific hitter, and always has a good power threat, especially against left-handed batting. Oh, 1 pitch by Corbin. Good slider, swung on and missed. And it's 0-2 here to Castro. Castro batting .429, second on the team. In danger of striking out here. 0-2 pitch. Slider down and inside. And it'll be ball one. So Maltese taking his lead off at first. Corbin is set. The 1-2 pitch. Foul tip, but held on for strike three, as Castro will be set down swinging.
The third baseman, number 99, Austin.
Just got a piece of it. But unfortunately, Suzuki behind the plate holds on to it. So double play still in effect here, as the third baseman, Austin Perrin, will step into bat.
Here!
Hanging changeup, but taken for strike one. So Perrin looking to get that batting average up after his only hit of the year was that 3-run home run in Game 2. On one pitch looked to be a fastball outside, and it's 1-1. So Perrin, known by his friends as the Dungeon Master, as the Dungeon Master here will hit a little blooper to the right fielder, and he'll be on base with a single. So as I was saying, Perrin, known as the Dungeon Master to his friends, has never really said what he keeps in his dungeon or what the purpose is, but does seem to be a fan of warfare, so we'll see if we can get an interview with Mr. Perrin in the future about the whereabouts of his dungeon. So 2 on here with 1 out, and that'll bring in Julian Checo, the left fielder. Already down 0-1 after taking a good pitch for a strike. 0-1 pitch is another strike. This time looked to be a fastball of sorts. And it's quickly 0-2 here. So Corbin still in a little bit of a jam here, already at 50 pitches. As the 0-2 pitch by Corbin is a slider down and in for ball one.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
One-two pitch. Broken bat as... Oh, and there's a bizarre play there as they'll get the force out at second. But Zimmerman will not tag out Checo. As we take a look here. He was heading towards Checo, but quickly decided to change his... seemed to be his decision as he threw to second to get the force out. So now it will be runners on the corners with Miguel Cruz. Cruz 1 for 1 already, looking to get another hit
1-0.
as he takes a first pitch high for ball 1. Corbin now dealing with runners at the corners. 1-0 pitch on the way.
Strike.
Look to be a changeup, and it's in there for strike 1. And it'll be even at 1-1 now. So Bayfront Park getting more into the stadium. Right in the heart of Coney Island, Brooklyn. Used to be a minor league affiliate team for the now defunct New York Mets, but now the Tacos will instead occupy it, at least for the time being. Great place for the family and kids. Roller coasters and a theme park just behind the park. So a good day for the family to get out. As Cruz swings and misses for strike 3. So the Tacos get runners on the corners here, but Cruz can't drive him home. As Corbin gets through his third inning of work, we'll head to the top of the fourth, still 2-0. Alright, first third of the game done.
The right fielder.
And that'll bring in Eric Thames. Thames 0 for 1 with a strikeout so far, as he'll look to reverse his fortunes here. Sin's looking good so far, about on the same pace as Corbin, pitch-wise.
1 ball, no strike.
As we see the extreme shift for the pull hitter Thames, as Farkash plays deep in that second base hole. 1-0 pitch, check swing, and he went around this time, and it's 1-1. One pitch by Sins.
Ball.
Left to be a screwball outside, and it misses 2-1.
Strike 2.
Next pitch is in there. It's a sinker, and it's 2-2. Sins shakes off the sign. Now he's set. The windup and the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Got him with a fastball. And Thames is set down again on strikes as Sins collects his 4th strikeout of the game.
Catcher, number 28, Kurt Suzuki.
Thames was incredibly behind that fastball, perhaps looking for an off-speed pitch. But he's set down on strikes as the catcher Kurt Suzuki steps in. As Suzuki fouls back a fastball for strike 1. Suzuki walked back in the second inning. So no at-bat really for him yet. Recorded at least. As he'll get another chance here to get on base.
1-1.
Fastball high and tight, and again it's 1-1. Suzuki, a veteran in the major leagues as you see there. Over 1,300 hits across 13 seasons. So a very, very good hitter who still has a lot in the tank, as you've seen. As the sinker misses low, 2-1. Ball chopped foul behind home plate, and it's 2-2. So we'll see how long the Tacos let Sins go. Probably would be able to get through the 5th, maybe the 6th, as a little liner there will get down in front of Checo, and Suzuki is aboard with a single.
Up next for the Nationals, the third baseman, Asdrubal Cabrera.
So Asdrubal Cabrera will step in. Cabrera and Suzuki not known for their speed, so double play is always an option. As the first pitch sinker misses down for ball 1. Sinker always one of the most preferred pitches by a pitcher to get a double play. That downward breaking action really gets batters to get on top of the ball. But this time Cabrera grips and rips a ball, and it'll be off the top of the wall. And it'll be a stand-up double here for Asdrubal Cabrera. And there will now be runners on second and third with only one away.
Zimmerman.
So it looked to be a hanging fastball. And he got all of this just at the top of the wall. Maltese might have had a shot at catching it. But rather than risk a run scoring, it'll be up to Ryan Zimmerman to drive in the runs.
1-0.
First pitch is a fastball inside for ball 1. It might not be a bad idea to work around Zimmerman, as Patrick Corbin is on deck. And if Zimmerman gets on base because of a walk, you would have the double play in effect again.
2 balls, no strikes.
See Zimmerman, another veteran, all his 15 years spent with the Nationals. As it's 2-0. Zimmerman grips and rips one in. That's a fair ball down the third base line. And 1 run will come in to score, as Cabrera didn't advance to third. And it's an RBI single here for Ryan Zimmerman. So a fastball right over the heart of the plate, and Zimmerman didn't miss it, as he pulls one down the third base line just past Perrin. And now Corbin will be up with runners on first and second and still 1 out. He'll show bunt. He bunts down to third, and this one will go as a foul ball, as Perrin either misplayed it or decided it was going to go foul and didn't want to risk touching it in fair territory. So it's 0-1 to Corbin, and it wouldn't surprise me if he showed bunt again. Indeed he does. And this one goes foul, so now Corbin now will not be able to bunt at all, as he'll have to swing here and hope he can get something over the infielders for a single. The 0-2 pitch, he'll bunt again. This one in the dirt, but blocked nicely by Cruz, and with the speed of Cabrera and Zimmerman, they weren't advancing anyway. Corbin squares around. This time he gets the bunt down, and it's a good one. And they'll get the play at second, a close play there, as I was wondering what Perrin was thinking, but he will get the force out at second. So now it'll be runners at the corners here with 2 away. Trey Turner's speed threat, but luckily a force out at second is available, as he grips and rips one just foul down the third base line. So it could be a bullpen kind of day again, as Sins is delivering his 72nd pitch, which is a fastball high with ball 1. Sins looking to limit the damage. Ground ball to shortstop Garay. Flips to second, gets Corbin, and the side is retired. But the Nationals do get a run on an RBI single by Ryan Zimmerman. The Tacos still lead it, however. The score is still 2-1.
Leading off for the Tacos.
So leading off will be the number 8 hitter, Daniela Garay. Garay 0 for 1 so far, looking to reverse her fortunes. And she'll take a first pitch look to be a slider in there for strike 1. Squares around to bunt and just bunts it foul, but a very good bunt attempt. And it's quickly 2-0. Or rather 0-2. Next pitch is a slider nowhere near the zone. And it'll be 1-2. One-two pitch. Ugly swing and a miss for strike 3. Slider bunched her up. And Corbin will have his 4th strikeout. Corbin, always known for that slider. It's a deadly one, as Garay had no shot of making contact with that one. And she set down swinging. So the famous Johnny Sins will be up to bat as he takes a first pitch slider in for a strike. Sins with prolific power, but definitely not a lot of contact. But when he connects, boy, does he grip it and rip it. Just like that, but Zimmerman has it played perfectly. And it'll be a line out to the first baseman for out number 2. Hit it the other way, but just hit it too hard. And Zimmerman was right there to make the play. So the center fielder, Ian Schwartz, will come back for his 3rd at-bat already in this game. 1 for 2 so far with a double. First pitch curveball in there for strike 1. Corbin was looking to incorporate a good curveball, and sure enough, he has a really good one. Almost as slow as an ephus almost. as it just loops in there with a top speed of around 70 miles an hour.
No, that missed. That's a ball.
That time it's a slider that misses,
One ball,
and it's
one
ball
strike.
1. 1-1 pitch looked to be another slider, and it's in there for strike 2. So Corbin cruising so far in this bottom of the 4th, as he'll look to strike out Schwartz and head back to the dugout. 1-2 pitch on the way. Slider inside, and it's 2-2. Two and two pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Difficult play for Turner. He has to hurry. And a good throw gets him. So another 1-2-3 inning here for Corbin. As the Nationals will come up here. We're done with the 4th. It's 2-1.